Welcome back to Spatial Sense. My name is Alan, and this is the fifth part of a 7-part series where I teach you how you can solve a Rubik's Cube and train your spatial recognition. So, in the last episode, we learned how we could solve the yellow face after solving the first layer. Now, we used the for-move algorithm, RU or prime U prime, to be able to solve the yellow layer. So let's go through that really simply first. So again, we're going to be scrambling this cube, the white layer, and we also solved the yellow layer. So we sometimes will be left with two pieces swapped on any one of these cases, and when that happens, we will need to learn the T Perm. So it's a much longer algorithm, and it would require some memory, but should be able to learn it quite easily. So basically, when this happens, there is a pair of headlights where there's a block solved and there are two swapped pieces. So first thing you do is you make the solved block in the solve the layer, so you get like a layer solved, and then next we have to swap these two pieces. So there's this really, it looks really long, but actually when you break it down step by step, it won't be that long. So this is what the T Perm looks like. So it might be a bit intimidating. So it's R U R prime U prime R prime F R2 U prime R prime U prime R U R prime prime. So that might look super long, and you'll be like, how do I remember this? So basically, the first part is our same algorithm, R U R prime U prime. Now, after you do this, right, you see that this piece is meant to go here. So imagine you're playing the cube, but you're solving it like the first layer. So ordinarily, how you would solve this is you move it back, right? But that's exactly what we just did. So there's this next part known as the sledgehammer. So basically it's the same thing as a sexy move or the for move algorithm, but what you do is that instead of moving U and R, you use your faces as R and F. So basically, how do we get this to here? So once you reach this point, right, you can look at the cube, you see that this piece can actually just go here, and this forms this block. When this forms this block, this is disrupted. So all you have to do actually is you just have to move this block away and then move it back, right? So that's the first part of this algorithm. It's basically half of it done already. So how we do this is that we move our R, U, R prime, U prime, and then we simply do this R prime. And then now we look here, how we resolve this, we do a simple F, and then we do our R and F prime. So we'll do it all from the front view. So it's an R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime. Now we look here, so it's F. Now we want to bring this back here. It's a R and an F prime. So now, how are we going to finish out this algorithm? So since we ended with an F prime, we'll actually start with an F again. So that's why in the original algorithm there's an R2, but you can just do the F and F prime if you feel more comfortable with it. So we start with an F, right? So now it gets a bit more confusing, but we're going to bring this piece back up. So it's just think about FR. So now it looks really scrambled, but all you have to do is bring this piece, try and remember that this piece is here, and try and bring it here. So it's a FR, and it's a U prime. Now that this piece is here, what all we're going to do is that we're going to put it here, back in this place. And we're going to move the U again, and we're going to reverse what we did just now, and we do a R. So now we're back in this position where we were a few moments ago. And all you have to do is bring this back to where it came from, and then just reverse our moves. From here, you should be able to see the finishing end result. So it's one move, two move. So that's how you swap two pieces on the edge. So again, the full algorithm is R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. So you can do that second F prime and start the next algorithm where you start with an F and move the right layer up and finish the algorithm. So when this happens, what we're going to do is we're just going to swap these two pieces, and then after that we're going to swap these two pieces. So when you swap these two and these two, it just creates the basically same effect as swapping these two pieces. So Actually, swapping these two pieces is a very similar algorithm to the T Perm, but I'd rather not have to worry about another algorithm at this stage of learning. So again, we're just going to use the same T Perm algorithm. And once we've done that, we'll get this block, and again, we'll just match up the block, and we see these two same familiar swapped corners, and we do the T Perm one last time. So that's how you solve the whole cube. So there's many improvements that you can make to help your time, help your efficiency, and ultimately accuracy. So yeah, just follow along. So this is the fifth part of the series. There will be two more parts, and in these last two parts, we'll be teaching you some finger tricks as well as some ways to improve and move further from this. So that's all I have for you today. And my name is Spatial Sense. Oh, my name is Alan, and this is Spatial Sense, and I'll catch you in the next one.